very nicely in a surrendered mood, so then the teacher will be obviously more inclined. It is natural to these students, and he will reveal more knowledge to these students. So that is the difference. The teacher is simply reciprocal to either sincere or non-sincere devotees. The same way Krishna also. And now we'll come to our today's verse 31, but it is connected to verse 30. 30, 31, they are together. So verse 30 is, Api chetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi sa. Now, Krishna says, what if this devotee does some sinful activity? Because he is not a perfected devotee, right? Talking about me, like a sadhaka is who? He is practicing bhakti. He is in the practicing stage. It's a process. He's not perfected it. So it's possible that he has done some sinful activity. Then Krishna explains what happens in these two shlokas. So if a devotee makes some mistake, but if he is engaged in devotional service of Krishna without any deviation, what does it say? Bhajate mam ananya bhak, ananya. Without any devotion, he is focused on Krishna, but he has done some mistake accidentally, then Krishna considers him saintly, because the devotional service will purify this devotee and he will attain peace. Now, this does not mean that anyone who performs bhakti, he has a license to do sinful act. No, that's not what this verse says. But the message here is that the mistake is happened by a devotee incidentally, circumstantially, or by force of previous habit or impressions, right? And not done intentionally, purposefully. It's not done in a premeditated way. So, for example, say we do some good activity. Let's take example of a good activity, and we've done it intentionally, and either we have done it accidentally. So the example would be, we have a Tulsi Maharani, the sacred plant at home. We are worshipping every day. We are offering lamp, and we are circumambulating. We are doing arti, and we are offering water to Tulsi Maharani. That is like a purposefully done bhakti. But what happens sometimes is that some person doesn't know this is a Tulsi plant on the roadside, or there are other plants in a garden, and he is pouring water on Tulsi accidentally along with other plants. So he has still done a good activity, but accidentally. Now the results are different in both cases. One is purposefully done worship to Tulsi, one has offered water not knowing. So the consciousness is different and the results are different. In the same way, accidental mistake, the repercussions are less. But if intentionally done, that mistake or sinful activity, the results are much more severe. Now here we are talking about incidental mistake in verse 30 and 31. So in bhakti, sometimes there could be failure in controlling our mind and senses, right? Because mind is very chanchala, right? In 6th chapter, there is a verse, yato yato nishalti manas chanchalam asthiram. It is asthiram. So we are not perfected devotees, yet that failure, we made a mistake, should not make us dejected. It should not make us depressed. We should not get demotivated, discouraged, or disheartened. Why? Because we are still focused on Krishna. And at the same time, it should give us a caution note that Maya is very powerful. We are living in this material world, Maya is everywhere. And with deeper commitment and determination, we have to try again to continue to practice bhakti. We are not perfect. Of course, there are shortcomings, but they are there. But we should still fight against them, taking shelter of Guru and Krishna. And we may lose sometimes also, because Maya is very powerful. Srila Prabhupada says in this chapter, I really like this few lines, so I'll read it as it is. Bhakti is like declaration of war against Maya. As long as one is not perfect, there may be accidental fall downs from the path of saintly character. However, circumstantial despicable activities of Krishna's devotee due to power of material impressions does not make him abominable. Just as spots of moon do not become impediment in diffusion of light. If there are some spots on moon, it's not going to affect its light. So, a sincere devotee does not do mistake with a purpose. It's not pre-planned and it's accidental. So, Krishna considers him saintly because Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak is there. Because this devotee is engaged in devotional service to please Krishna. That is still there. So, two things. First thing, mistake is accidental. And secondly, he continues to do bhakti, then such a person is forgiven by Krishna. Because Krishna will uplift him eventually. He will be purified through the process of bhakti. And in this purport, Srila Prabhupada says that chanting of the holy name is all purifying. And I really like this Rupa Goswami has quoted this verse, and it's in Antilila of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says that to chant the holy name, he desires many, many mouths. Now, I am not at least at this stage, but this is very inspiring. Rupa Goswami, he wants millions of ears, so he can hear the holy name. It is so sweet. So he wants to chant with millions of mouths, and he wants to hear with millions of ears, and he wants to chant. So when he chants, this holy name dances in the courtyard of his heart, and it conquers all the activities of mind and all the senses. They become inert. Because bhakti is, we are trying to purify the mind and the thoughts and the words and action. So it's a process. So there is so much nectar produced in these two syllables, Krishna, Krishna. So the verse is, Tunde tandavini ratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye karna krodha kadambini ghatayate karna brute vyaspraham. So here Rupa Goswami is inspiring us to chant the holy names of the Lord. So in this way, if we chant, then definitely continuously, then our mind will be purified, because in Kali Yuga, Krishna has manifested in his holy name, right? So Krishna is there when we chant, and we have to chant with that faith. Then we will definitely be purified. And the whole purpose is, if we are purified, we are less prone to make mistakes or do sins. And then in this 31st verse, Krishna says, Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak shipram bhavati dharmatma, right? Verse 31st. He will quickly become righteous. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. And he will come back to original saintly mood. He will attain everlasting peace, no doubt. Arjuna announced to whole world, my devotee will never perish. So this is 31st verse. And there are 2 points here, I feel, in this verse. There are 2 things. First thing Krishna says in the first line, Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati. Krishna's attachment and affection for his devotee is his very nature. The attachment to the devotee never decreases, even if the devotee commits some wrong. For Krishna makes him come up to the highest standard. Like he says, right, Dharmatma, he will become. But taking advantage of Krishna's kindness, a devotee should not intentionally commit mistake. Now this is a caution note. We know Krishna is very kind. That doesn't mean that we take advantage and keep making mistakes. That's wrong, right? The second point is, Krishna asked Arjun, you declare this boldly, and that my devotee never perishes. So we will discuss these 2 points. First point is, Krishna will forgive because he is attached to his devotee. He is very affectionate to his devotee. Now, Krishna is kind, he excuses, he will purify, even if devotee sometimes happens to transgress the code of dharma. Provided devotee continues to do bhakti with all sincerity. So this is the condition attached with it, that you made a mistake, but provided you stay on this path of devotional service to Krishna. Because when a devotee commits a mistake, he doesn't justify it. He will not justify, I made a mistake. He feels really disgust to that sin. He admits it. He will admit it, I did it. He will regret honestly. He will even repent. And he will try not to repeat it. He will also remember the mistake. Why? Why should we remember the mistake? Because, say, after some time, we become good and we do some good, people will glorify us. That, oh, you did this service, you did something good. Then we may become proud. But if we look back and we remember, no, I made that mistake just some time back, right? 2 weeks ago I got angry, or I offended a devotee, or I was greedy, or I was very proud, right? I was envious of someone. If we remember all this, that what we did 2 weeks back, so when these devotees are glorifying us, we will remember our fallen condition, and that will protect us from pride. So a devotee always remembers to humble himself that I am not perfect. So when we make progress, we can be grateful to Krishna and devotees, our parents, throughout our journey, all the people who helped us. By their grace, we are pulled out of our sinful background. So this is how a devotee remembers his mistake, it helps him. And sometimes if we are punished also, we take that punishment nicely, okay, fine. Because if we just say sorry to escape a punishment, then that is not a genuine sorry. For example, Indra. At the time of Govardhan Puja, we all know that Indra did tormented all the Vrajvasis. And Krishna lifted eventually Govardhan and saved them all. Afterwards, Indra realized his mistake and he goes with Surbi cow to say sorry to Krishna. But at that time, he wanted to escape punishment. He thought, Krishna is Ishvara, he is the Lord. I will be punished afterwards, so let me quickly go and say sorry. But that was not genuine. So again, when what happens afterwards, Satyabhama wants Parijata flowers and Krishna goes to take the Parijata tree from Indra, he again starts fighting with Krishna. So if his apology was sincere, if he had remembered his mistake, he would not fight back with Krishna again. So this is how it is. If the sorrow is genuine, then we will definitely reform. We will remember, we will not repeat. So, and sometimes some people, they make mistake, then it is our false ego actually. We think, oh, how could I make a mistake? I made a mistake. Oh my God, how could I make a mistake, And then that false ego tries to demand the other person to forgive them. Now that is also wrong. You have apologized and done with, you have sincerely begged forgiveness to Krishna and the devotee, that is done, then you just go on with your bhakti and seek forgiveness and pray and move on. But if you can't move on, means your sorry is actually born out of false ego, how I made a mistake. But if the sorry is genuine, only auspicious result will come out of it. And the example is Chitraketu, we all know, right? Chitraketu did an accidental mistake. He didn't purposefully offended Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. But he was cursed by Mother Parvati, got very offended. So he comes down from his plane and he says sorry and he accepts the curse, takes the punishment. And then as Vritrasur, in the mood of devotee, he goes back to Godhead. The result is auspicious because his sorry is genuine, he is sincere. So in this way, we can see this. And perfected devotees, they don't make mistakes. This is practitioners who accidentally make mistakes. So those who are mithyacharis or pretenders, they try to justify. And we gave example of Indra and then the sincere devotee Chitraketu. Honest mistakes are forgiven by Lord, and this verse is not a license to behave whimsically or irresponsibly. That will be our biggest mistake if we take this verse that way. For example, 6th canto of Bhagavatam is Poshanam, and there is an episode of Ajamil. He was not doing sinful activity on the strength of devotional service. He did not chant Narayana to nullify his sinful reactions. His sinful activity and chanting Narayan are two different things. Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand ki jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Gaunitai ki jai. So we should not mix these two things, that Ajamila did sinful activity and he chanted Narayana and he went back to Godhead. It's not like that. And Krishna is very affectionate, after long time, after wasting so much time, a conditioned soul has come to bhakti in this process. And if he happens to do a small mistake, will Krishna lose him? No, definitely not. Every devotee is very valuable to Krishna. He has come to this process. And that's Krishna's nature and affection. He knows this devotee of mine has gone through 84 lakh species of life, and now he has come to Bhakti Yoga. He has taken association of my devotees. So, Krishna is very merciful. He will forgive and at the same time help him to bring him up to the level so he can perform bhakti again nicely. This verse is not speaking about hypocritic people, but about honest mistakes. Say, for example, a child is very mischievous, but the mother is very kind to the child always, isn't it? Mother's attachment does not go down just because the child did some mistake. She loves him, and it's unconditional love. That's how Krishna is with us. So, one should still not take advantage of Krishna's kindness, and devotees should not do intentional mistake. So, that is the whole point. So, there are 2 points we said, right, in this verse. First thing is Krishna's attachment, affection to devotee, accidental mistake is forgiven, provided the devotee stays in the process of chanting holy names and purifying himself, and he performs bhakti. Now the second point, Krishna says that Arjuna, you declare this boldly, that my devotee never perishes. Why Krishna is telling Arjuna, you say it? Can't Krishna say it? He's spoken the entire Bhagavad Gita. Because people will never doubt Krishna's devotee. Krishna gives that much value and importance to his devotee that you declare it, because people will believe you. Krishna upholds the declaration made by his devotee under all the circumstances. Krishna is obliged to do that. Why? Because devotee holds Krishna in his heart. That's why. There are many examples in Bhagavatam. Narad Muni wanted Manigriva and Nalakuvera, right? The 2 sons of Kuvera, to receive Krishna's mercy. And Krishna gave the mercy. Then there is example of Ambarish Maharaj. He wanted Durvasa to get mercy. So the Sudarshana disc stopped following and didn't kill Durvasa, didn't cut his head. So when devotee prays for us, Krishna listens more than when we pray ourselves. So Durvasa directly prayed to Narayan, nothing happened. The Sudarshan was still following him. But when he fell at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj, he was saved. Because Krishna gives more importance to the words of his devotees than himself. So Arjuna, you declare, my devotee never perishes. Krishna can break his own promise if needed and accept criticism for it also. How? We know the pastime of Bhishma Dev. In the battle of Kurukshetra, what happened? Sacrificing his own promise to not take up weapon in the war, Krishna ran towards Bhishma. He picked up the chariot wheel and he attacked him. Thus he fulfilled the desire of Bhishma. What did Bhishma want? What was his desire and what was his vow? He wanted to see Krishna fighting for saving his friend Arjun. So Krishna said, okay, here you go. Your words, are true. They have to be true. Your promise has to be true. Let my promise go. It's fine. I will let that go. But your words, you are my devotee, it has to become true. Then there is a beautiful verse in 2nd Canto, 6th chapter, 2.6.34. I really like this verse. I'll recite it. He says to Narad Muni, न भारती मेऽङ्गमृषोपलक्ष्यते न वै क्वचिन्मे मनसो मृषा गतिः न मे ऋषिकानि पतन्त्यसत्पथे यन्मे हृदयतौ कण्ठव्यताधृतो हरिः. What it means? Brahma says to Narad Muni, O Narada, I hold Lord Hari in my heart with great zeal. Therefore, 3 things. My words are never false. My workings of my mind are never false. Words are never false. Workings of my mind, my thinking, my thoughts, feeling, willing is never wrong. And my senses are never distracted. These 3 things, because Lord is in my heart. And Brahma prays, right? Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. He worships Govinda. Because of his direct and intimate connection with Govinda, whatever Brahma says is accepted as truth. Krishna gives all protection to the words and actions of his devotees, provided his bhakti is ananya, pure. Now there is one more beautiful example in 7th Canto. Just recently, last month, we celebrated Lord Nrsimhadev Chaturdashi, right? So in this 7th Canto, there is a beautiful verse and there is a beautiful description how Lord Nrsimhadev protects the words of his devotees. He protects the words of Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu, Brahma and Narad Muni. How? Let's see. So here he says, Satyam vidhatum nijbhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshvakhileshu chatmanah adrashyatad adbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham. What is the translation? To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere. Prahlad Maharaj said that, right, to Hiranyakashipu, that my Lord is everywhere. We know all the atrocities Hiranyakashipu did to his own son. You know, sometimes in material world, we think we are going through so many problems and difficulties. But here is a father trying to kill his own son. But Prahlad's faith never slackens. He says to Hiranyakashipu, my Lord is everywhere. The Lord who is my strength is the same Lord giving you strength as well. And Hiranyakashipu just lost his mind. He's a demon. What are you saying? You are meant to worship me, not Lord Vishnu. So he asks Prahlad, okay, you are saying your Lord is everywhere. Is he in this pillar? In his palace, in his assembly hall, there is a big pillar. He's saying, is your Lord in this pillar? And is your Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is he here? And Prahlad says, yes, he is here. So, what does Lord do? He exhibited a wonderful form that was never seen before. So, the form was neither that of a man or that of an animal. So, what happens then? That thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall in that pillar. When Hiranyakashipu punches that pillar and breaks open, the Lord comes out. So here Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that when Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar? Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied. There was no fear in him because when you are totally dependent and surrendered to the Supreme Lord, the Almighty Lord, why would you be scared? He said, yes, my Lord is present everywhere. Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad was unmistakably true, Lord appeared from the pillar. Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant, is he a lion or is he a human being? Now, in doing this, Lord Nrsimhadev, what did he do? whatever the words of his devotees we just said, they are always true, right? Lord is so merciful and loving to his devotee that their words never go fail. Lord Krishna told Arjun that his devotee never perishes in this verse, right? Lord preserves the words of his devotees, and he appeared as Narasimha in half man and half lion form to make words of his devotees true. So Prahlad Maharaj said, he said that the Lord is present here. So by appearing, his words have become true. Then Hiranyakashipu says, now you will say that the words of the devotees are true. So why demon Hiranyakashipu? But he is also a devotee. Formerly he was Jai, the doorkeeper of Lord Vishnu, as most of you know, in Vaikuntha. They were serving and guarding the doors of the Lord, and we know the pastime when the 4 Kumaras come, they stop them. And because these 4 Kumaras so elevated, they got offended. How can you stop us from meeting Lord Vishnu? So they cursed them. Right, you will go to the earth planet and you will stay there and you will fall down. Then Lord comes out, and then Lord takes the side. He actually apologizes to 4 Kumaras, but in a way Lord is more merciful to Jai and Vijay. And he says, okay, you can come back to me. Quickly, if you just take 4 times birth as demons. So this is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, 2 brothers, Jai and Vijay, they took birth as demons. So because Hiranyakashipu is also a devotee, what had he prayed? He had prayed that he will not die from any created being created by Brahma. He will not die inside or outside a residence. He will not be killed by a man or a beast. He will not die in a day or night, etc. Many things he asked, and Brahma gave that boon. They are also sometimes obliged to give boons to these demons, otherwise they will create bigger havoc. So they just give a boon. And then, so this was done. So Lord also protected, and he said, okay, fine, I will appear in a way that all these conditions are met. So, and Hiranyakashipu had once thought that if I die, then I will die because of my hatred for Prahlad. So these 2 things that Hiranyakashipu had thought and said, those conditions were also met by Lord Narasimhadev. Then Brahma had sanctioned all these desires of Hiranyakashipu, so Lord had to obviously kill him in a way and appear in a form that Brahma's words and his promise and boons are also protected. And finally Narad Muni had told that the child in Kayadu's womb cannot be killed. So Prahlad is safe. Kayadu is Prahlad's mother. So Prahlad never died. So Narad Muni's words are also true by the mercy of the Lord. So in this way, these 2 points of 931 I wanted to discuss. Krishna's attachment and affection for his devotee is his very nature. This should increase our faith in Krishna. But at the same time, our mistakes should be accidental. Then they will be forgiven, provided we remain in the process of bhakti, pure devotional service. And yes, many things. We should remember our mistake and we should repent. We should atone for it and try not to repeat it. And at the same time, pray to Krishna, because by mercy of Krishna and devotees and his blessings, everything is possible. And second point was Krishna asked Arjun to declare, because words of his devotees never fail. And we saw various examples also there, right? So, yeah, we have got about 5 to 6 minutes. So I'll just conclude by saying that my spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, I was hearing his class yesterday, and he was also saying in his class that Madan Mohan, the deity, they are very, very attractive. They attract everyone. They are so beautiful, they are so attractive. But this all attractive Krishna, he gets attracted by bhakti. Now, how is this possible? Someone who is most attractive, he gets attracted by devotees' bhakti. So, bhakti is very, very powerful. And as Srila Prabhupada says, what is bhakti? He says in this purport that following 9 processes of devotional activities and engaging in these activities is bhakti. And what are these activities? Hearing the holy names, Shravanam, right? Shravanam, we should do Shravanam, hear the holy names. When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we are chanting and we are trying to hear, chant and hear, chant and hear. It is that simple. Because after Shravanam, it is Kirtanam, hearing, and then remembering, Smaranam of Krishna. So these three things. That is why we are, really trying hard to focus our mind depending on Krishna. I mean, it's not like trying to win the race or something, but it is like doing Shravanam, Kirtanam and Vishnu Smaranam happens simply by chanting is the first and foremost, and hearing. Hearing is very important. The Shravanam we do, the pastimes of Krishna. I mean, he is so merciful. He comes, Krishna, so he performs all these pastimes. So we have subject matter to discuss. That's why Krishna comes to this earthly planet. We have so much to hear. Srimad Bhagavatam is there and all the principles are there in Bhagavad Gita. Then, so first was Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Fourth one is Padasevanam, which is serving the Lord. Archanam, serving the Lord. Padasevanam, paying obeisances, simply paying obeisances to the Lord. And then worshipping the deity. We have deity at home, grihasthas. We should have deity, if not deity, pictures of the Lord. You have to do worship of Archanam, deity worship. Then pray, Vandanam, and then you have to carry out the orders of the Lord in the Dasya Bhav, right? We are servants of the Lord. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are servants of Lord. We are His children. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse, right? Mamai vamso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We belong to Krishna. So we worship in that Dasya mode. The example there given is of Hanuman. Lord Hanuman, we can see on our altar. How is his sitting position? I always observe this. How Hanuman is sitting. He's just so ready to quickly get up and do any service for Lord Ram, for Sita, Ram and Lakshman. He's ready to perform any. So that should be our mood. We should try to cultivate that mood. And carrying out the orders of the Lord and then serving as a friend. The example is Arjun, right? Sakhyam. And then sacrifice everything for the Lord. Atmanivedan is Bali Maharaj, right? For Shravanam, the example is Parikshit. He hears last 7 days of his life. He's got 7 days and 7 nights, and definitely this snake is going to come and bite him, and he's definitely going to die. He's given 7 days, 7 nights. But with such attention, he is hearing Shukdev Goswami has come, a pure devotee of the Lord, and he narrates the entire Bhagavatam, and Parikshit Maharaj asks such wonderful questions for the benefit of the humanity, and we have all got Bhagavatam as a result. So he is the best example of Shravanam. For speaking or chanting is Shukdev Goswami. Remembering Prahlad Maharaj, right? We just spoke about Prahlad Maharaj. I mean, he what all has happened to him, but he never forgets the Lord. He is remembering the Lord as Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill him in various ways. So that should be our focus. And Padasevanam is Lakshmi Ji. She is always seen at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, always worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. And Prithu Maharaj, he does wonderful deity worship. He engages all his senses. Actually, all these senses given to us. What are our senses? Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands, legs, all the knowledge acquiring and working senses are chaste when used in Lord's service. When I read this, it's in 3rd canto, I thought, wow, such a beautiful statement. Senses are chaste and loyal if used in Krishna's service. So I thought that's very beautiful. Yes, they are given to us by Krishna. Let's use them in Krishna's service. So that is deity worship. Yeah, so in this way. So going back to what I was saying about my Guru Maharaj, he was saying that Krishna is most attractive and he gets attracted by bhakti. So as much as possible, we try to keep our thoughts pure, our mind pure. our actions pure, our words pure, and that is how we try and live in the mode of goodness, following these processes of bhakti, and we can definitely go back to Godhead with the help of devotees and wonderful community we have. There are so many services potential here. There is something for everyone to come and take part in services. Wonderful festivals. I was reading 12th canto today, 12:50, if I'm not wrong. There is a verse, Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam. Tadeva Sakhyam Manaso Mahotsavam. It is the festival of mind. You know, when you are hearing Krishna's glories, it's a festival of mind. So when I read that, wow, festival of mind, yes, I mean, that's so sweet. It is newer and newer. Krishna's glories, his pastimes, they are so beautiful, and the form of Krishna is so beautiful. So if we engage ourselves like this in Krishna's bhakti, our senses will not get deviated in materialism. And where is the chance then making mistakes again and again? No. If we focus in the higher taste, then definitely Krishna will protect us. So in this way, Krishna's beauty is newer and newer. His pastimes are newer and newer. Krishna's devotees are there to help us, to guide us. You know, they are there. Everything is available. With the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have this perfect, perfect place to come and worship the Lord and get purified together, and then go back to Godhead. We have to have this faith, because this is Dukhalayama Shashwatam. This material world is Dukhalayama Shashwatam, but the good news is we have Krishna consciousness. Everything is available. And the ultimate purpose of our sadhana bhakti is we are trying to cleanse our mind from all the contaminations and shortcomings and all the anarthas in our hearts, so that, Krishna can come and sit in this heart nicely, because when it's clean, we don't like to sit in a dirty place ourselves, do we? So if our heart is dirty, Krishna doesn't want to sit there, but he will definitely come and stay there if it's clean. And that is the purpose of this whole process of Krishna consciousness. So I'll conclude here. Please forgive if I made any mistake. Whatever I speak, it is for my own purification. I am at a very sadhaka level, full of faults and mistakes. So please give me your blessings. Please forgive me. If you want to add anything or correct me, please go ahead. Otherwise, we can conclude here. In few minutes, we'll all get up. There will be beautiful Gaura Arti, and the curtains will open. We can see the beautiful Lord. So we'll conclude here. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, my understanding is when there is a concept karma mishra bhakti. So what comes second? Bhakti comes second. Karma mishra bhakti. So whatever comes second, that is prominent. So in karma mishra bhakti, there is a little bit of karma. Bhakti is prominent. So we are performing devotional service, but at the same time there is it is included with karma activity. So pure bhakti is, as we said, ananya bhakti, doing something just to please Krishna. But karma mishra bhakti means we are doing some karma, still offering it to Krishna, but they are not exclusive karmas done to please Krishna. Gnana mishra bhakti is same. Gnana means knowledge. The knowledge, we know we are part and parcel of Krishna. We belong to Krishna. That is called knowledge, right? And we are servants or children of Krishna. Now again in Gnana Mishra Bhakti, Bhakti is second, so Bhakti is prominent. That's how I remember it. Most part of Gnana Mishra Bhakti is Bhakti, but there is some Gnana included in it. Speculation of the mind. Along with that gnana and knowledge, you are performing bhakti. Knowing that Krishna is supreme, with that gnana you are performing bhakti. That is gnana mishra bhakti. And then there is kevala bhakti, pure bhakti, ananya bhakti, avyabhicharini bhakti, nishkinchana bhakti. That is the level of Vrajavasis. Vatsalya bhav, Sakhya bhav, Dasya bhav, the Gopas and Gopis, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj. That is Kevala Bhakti, where they are worshipping Krishna, not knowing his Lord, but he is Krishna, he is our Krishna, he belongs to us, like that. Krishna will be happy to lose a game with the Gopas. He is happy to lose the game, and these Gopas will ride Krishna's back, and that's how their relationship is. Gopis also, they will be chastising Krishna, but at the same time, he is their Krishna, and Krishna loves them. And he says, I can never repay you. Your love is so pure that even you give me one whole lifetime of Brahma, I can't repay you. So that is pure bhakti. And we cannot prematurely go to that level, because our bhakti may still be Mishra Bhakti. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Radha Gokul Nand ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gauranitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ki bajaya jaya Gaura Chandra, Arati ka shobha. चन्द्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वला नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे जय श्री
Thank you very much for attending the Gaura Aarti. Please may I request everyone to sit down for 5 minutes. We'll have the nursing prayers for our protection.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Dayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimho. Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimha. Bahir Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Abdutta Shringam Talita Hiranyakashipur Tanupringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Narasimhadev Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you very much for attending the Aarti. Prasadam is being served outside in the adjacent room, and the next Aarti will be at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
man with the key.
For the morning one, for the morning. Oh, we want to. Okay.